Speaker of the opposition, Gulraiz.
Good evening, honorable judges, valuable timekeeper, worthy opponents, and members of the gallery. Today, we believe on side opposition that taxing fatty foods is not the main problem. First of all, throughout my speech, I'm going to talk about the main concerns with addiction. However, before that, I would like to take the time to clash with my worthy opponents. First of all, they've stated that bad habits and addictions have a difference. But ladies and gentlemen, an addiction is a bad habit that a person has. When someone smokes, it's an addiction. When someone goes to a Burger King and buys burgers and stuff and fries, that's an addiction. So that's a bad habit. So I do not see any difference between addiction and bad habits. Secondly, as my partner stated, there was a psychological problem that it makes, and then a side proposition stated that it makes no sense that why would a child go to Burger King or McDonald's when maybe his parents kicked him out of the house. That's because he wants some type of relief to calm him down. When the parents kicked him out of the house, he wants people like when they're depressed or not feeling good or sad, not at this moment, that when they're not feeling okay, they want to either smoke, they want something that can calm them down. So that is why when your parents kick you out of the house, you want to go to McDonald's or some place like that where you can calm yourself down, yes.
So wouldn't you say things like kids' help phones and actually trying to bury the hatchet with your parents would be better to solve the solution?
Okay, first of all, ma'am, I stated kids' helpful line. People don't think of it as much effective, and they don't care about those kind of stuff. Because it may be something good, but people don't think towards that. They don't think of calling a kids' helpful line and talking for like half an hour and telling your problems and then telling them, you know, this is what happened to me, and this is my parents kicked me out of the house, this is the problem. They don't feel like doing that. The easier way is go to Burger King and even get a burger or some fries and then just calm yourself down, not at this moment. Just like that, it's the same problem with smoking. They just want to smoke to calm themselves down. They don't want to waste an hour talking on the phone and telling them and crying and saying, you know what, my parents kicked me out of the house and stuff. And in this Western societies, we have been like very influenced by our friends and teens. Like we have now, for example, especially in high school, teens and those are our friends. They basically say, you know what, if you call a kid's helpful line, you're a baby. You can't solve your problems yourself. So this makes us think, no, yes.
So do you think that these teenagers are trying to influence them to go out and buy a burger?
Obviously, definitely. Because kids at lunch, what do? They go to McDonald's and Burger King. Obviously, they're kind of influencing them to go to Burger King and some other places to buy get burgers and fries. So this is not effective. Now, as moving on, ladies and gentlemen, my partner stated there are many seminars, but they have totally ignored that argument and not paid any attention. Now, seminars, what we mean by that is, for example, seminars can be for youth people and for young people. They can go to seminars and they can explain them. You know what? Obesity rate is expanding like very fast, and it's very not at this moment. Therefore, they can explain them why it's bad, and then this would kind of encourage people not to go to fast foods and kind of avoid fast foods. And at the same time, it's also effective for people who are already obese. For example, people who are, they still have lots of fat on themselves, they can go to like these kind of seminars and learn how to exercise effectively and how to make themselves burn off calories. And at those seminars, it would really help them, not at this moment. Now, as moving on, they said, when we get the taxes, we're going to help, this money is going to be like enrolled into the government, and we're going to help ourselves. But ladies and gentlemen, what side proposition fails to understand is that the taxes that they're going to get, that they're actually going to be used to cure their people who got sick of eating like fatty foods or burgers and those kind of stuff. Because when you really look at it, when you go to Burger King, then you eat like all these burgers, which really, as my partner has stated, have lots of calories, which really harm you. Then you have lots of fat, and you may even encounter a disease. From this, then you may have to end up in the hospital. When you end up in the hospital, the taxes that we're paying when we put the taxes that we put on these fatty foods, those taxes are going to be used to help us cure ourselves. So how's that effective and how's that a good thing? Because why not tax them in the first place? And now, as moving on, yes.
Okay, so you sit around and ask people to go to seminars when they won't call kids' help phone. If they don't like talking about their problems to kids' help phone, what makes you think that they're...
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, the main thing in this problem is kids' helpful line is where you talk and show your sympathy and you try to get your point across. It's more like people don't just like to do it. It doesn't make you look cool. However, in the other things, seminars, Seminars is a different thing, not at this moment. Seminars is a different thing because it's not like where you're talking. It's not where you come to contact with a person, you know, it's more like, you know, you talk into groups and not at this moment. There are different activities that you do. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're just gonna go to a person and, you know, tell them your problem and say, you know, this is my problem, how can I solve it? You have different types of activities which are more unique and better. And that is why people rather prefer seminars over Kids Help Online, not at this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's proposition, we've also heard from them that fast foods have surpassed all the other problems. But ladies and gentlemen, that the problem that they have chosen, it's not effective. As I've stated many times, if we tax fatty foods, basically the tax is going to be used to cure ourselves after. So why not just not, you know, tax those fatty foods in the first place? Why be sensible? You know, just be sensible. Now, as moving on to my constructive argument, ladies and gentlemen, about addiction. Ladies and gentlemen, by taking fatty foods, now fatty foods are something that are addicting to us. We just love the crunchy taste of them. It's like they're mouth-watering. We just love them. We can't not resist them. When you go on the highway and you see McDonald's on the left side and Superstore on the right side, do you want to buy some broccoli or a fish fillet with fries and Coke? Which one would you prefer? Obviously, those fish fillet and those broccoli and those kind of stuff, not at this moment. Therefore, when you prefer that, you're going to take that. And in this case, if you put taxes on it, it's not going to be effective. People are still going to prefer those fatty foods, fast foods, I mean. Yes.
Okay, what makes you think that seminars will work then?
I don't know what to say to side proposition because they fail to understand our side opposition's case. They do not understand that what I've stated. I have clearly stated, ladies and gentlemen, that when you share problems and with like you're just talking, like doing a speech is kind of boring. When you're doing a speech, but when there are different types of methods involved in it, like not speech is actually kind of okay, but for example, not at this moment. For example, when you're just talking to the Kids Help Line, as I've stated many times, you're just giving out the problem and you need a solution, which is just like talking and crying. This is not fun. But in seminars, there are different activities. It really encourages others to go to seminars because it's more fun and better. And we often see like seminars like posters everywhere, and people were really encouraged to go there because it's something good for us. Because I hope that explains side proposition why people would go to seminars instead of calling on the Kids Help Line. So at the end, it just comes down to that we're just wasting money. That's the main point. Why would somebody be so stupid to I can't use a better word than that. Why would somebody be so stupid to tax fatty foods? At the end, that same money that they got from the taxes is not even the same money, even more money. That money is going to be used for themselves, to cure themselves from the all the fat they got from those fatty foods, and those diseases they may even get like from those fatty foods. So how is that something good? Why not just leave this like in the first place? That is why me and my partner believe on side opposition that this resolution must fall.